It's the King 5 High School Sports Blitz. Now, the next congressman from the 8th District, Paul Sylvie.
I doubt that very seriously. All right, let's get to the King 5 High School Sports Blitz. We got a lot to get to. North Kitsap in the house, taking on River Ridge tonight. I'll give you a quick little rundown of what happened out there. Kitsap was down 22-12 at halftime. They came back and won that game 33-22. So they shut them out in the second half. Congrats to the Vikings. I want to give a shout out to Coach Jeff Weibel for getting the jersey. And Peter Blue, thank you for facilitating the whole thing. And I want one more shout out before we get going with all the highlights, because this guy deserves it. And his name is Jerry Parrish. He's 84 years old. He's still coaching out there, helping with the offensive line, the defensive line. He was a longtime head coach at North Kitsap. So, Jerry, congrats on the good health. Keep rolling out there with the Vikings, and congrats to the Vikings for the big win tonight over River Ridge. Now, let's get going as we head down the map and show you where we're going tonight. A close look at where we're headed from north to Everett and down to Tumwater, plus bonus coverage, we hope, from the southern border. But we start on the plateau. And we'll start it off with Eastside Catholic cheerleaders warming us up for the Crusaders and Ferndale. Crusaders quarterback Michael Franklin hits DJ Rogers, and he motors into the end zone for an Eastside touchdown. How about this run by Sam Adams? Let's go along for the journey, shall we? Adams just picks his spots, makes a couple of moves, excuse me, right here and into the end zone. Nice little run. Next time down, it's Franklin handing to Derek Ray. He knows exactly where the camera is on this one. He pops it outside. Number 5 makes it on King 5. Big night for the Crusaders. They knock off Ferndale 44-7, the final. Seaholm on the road tonight, taking on Archbishop Murphy. Mariners fired up for this one. We picked this up with the Wildcats on the drive. Victor Gabales is going to roll out and find his tight end, Jack Barnes, for 6. Seaholm on the drive now. Look at this run. Dylan Roberts channeling his inner Space Jam. He believes he can fly. Oh, that's a nice hurdle, young fella. Roberts feeling it. This run, even better. Wildcats think they have him wrapped up several times, but Roberts proves to be elusive like D.B. Cooper. You can't catch him. He's in for 6. This time, it's the passing attack for Seaholm. Jacob Kaepernick going to find Timothy Mallow, who's going to the promised land. Back and forth game tonight. What an entertaining game between these two teams. Archbishop driving. Gabales going to find Mason Mathis on the throwback. Mathis giving Roberts a run for his money for run of the night. But one of the few bright spots for the Wildcats tonight. Just too much Seaholm. Dawson Smith takes this carry, and he's in for 6. Seaholm takes down Archbishop Murphy 37-9, punching a ticket to the state playoffs. Port Angeles and Fife having a go. Pick up the action in the second half, and the Trojans get right to it. Junior Fa'ualo busts right through the hole and tackler and into the end zone. Fife up 42-7. Rough Riders start to drive the other way. Brendan Rollison Hines tosses to Trevor Shumway. It's a good gain. That drive ends and Fife takes over. Matthew Schwartzler with a strong drive up the gut for a first down. Down on the goal line, Port Angeles bites on the man up the middle. Trey Brown cruises around the left side and in. 7 touchdowns, 7 push-ups. But there would be an 8th, and it's by number 8. Gabriel Duenas runs it in, and that should do it. Trojans win it 56-7. More from Fife a little bit later on in the show. Pretty good crowd tonight for Timberline and Oak Harbor. Blazers quarterback Hunter Campow looking to make something happen through the air. He rolls out and hits Isaiah Gerrans. This is what you do after the catch. He takes off down the sideline before Kevin Schultz drags him down. Oak Harbor quarterback Caleb Fitzgerald has a tough time on this one. He throws this ball into a crowd and into the hands of Trevor Jobert. This kid makes the highlights every week. Jobert, that's French. It's a great looking return. Here's another big play. Keep an eye on this punt. It's a short one, very short. And that's just fine with Keola Allison. Heads up play, takes this little punt and says, it's a gift. I'll take it. Right to the house. And Timberline goes on to win this one 21-0.
It's time for the King 5 Big Game.
Okay, we've been talking all day about this thing. The big game we knew was going to be this offensive showdown between Kennedy Catholic and Puyallup. A couple of great quarterbacks, some great weapons on both sides of the football. That's why Chris Egan was down there for the big game tonight. And Chris, boy, lights out now, but that scoreboard was lights out earlier on, huh?
Paul, I'm getting word there was so much firepower tonight, so many fireworks on the field that the transformer just blew and the power just went out at Sparks Stadium because this was absolutely a slugfest tonight. Two big offensive teams going head-to-head. Now, 1997, that was the last time before tonight that a Heward played football at Sparks Stadium. Now, Sam Heward tonight, he was incredible. We'll get to his numbers in a sec for Kennedy Catholic. But it's the Puyallup Vikings who flex their muscles in the second half. They get a great halftime speech from Gary Jeffers. They come out and they explode and they show everybody why they are the third-ranked team in the state. The Puyallup Vikings undefeated at home this season, but it's Sam Heward who throws the first touchdown on this night. Heward to Jabez today, and he is gone. How about 78 yards to the house, and the Lancers lead it 6-3. Jacob Holcomb would answer right back. He fires a dart to Darius Morrison. Vikes retake the lead. And then Holcomb puts one up to a wide open Ethan Stewart. 31-yard touchdown, 17-6 Puyallup. Sam Heward gets a lot of deserved attention, but he's got some playmakers. How about Reed Schumpert with the 36-yard touchdown grab? And here comes Kennedy Catholic. After a Vikings fumble, Heward goes deep again, this time to Tanay again. Kennedy Catholic now leads at 20-17. Heward not done. He had 4 touchdown passes in the first half. This one to Junior Alexander. Kennedy Catholic leads at 27-24 at the half. Second half now, and the Vikings answer back in a big way. How about 4 straight touchdowns for Puyallup? Holcomb finds Justin Haase, 21-yard touchdown, and it's 38-27 Puyallup. Haase heating up like the hot wings at Sparks Deli. Holcomb to Haase again. This time he takes it 64 yards for his second touchdown of the night. The Vikings roll on and win it 65-35.
We weren't giving it up tonight, you know. We worked too hard for this, so we had to come out, and we came out strong, and we did what we had to do.
Well, Holcomb had the Puyallup offense rolling tonight. How about 643 total yards for the Vikings? As for Sam Heward, he passed for 526 yards and 5 touchdowns. So Kennedy Catholic, their season comes to an end, but they definitely, Paul, will be back. Heward, along with several of his playmakers, are just sophomores, so a couple more seasons for those Lancers. The Vikings now must wait until Sunday. That's when the WIAA will announce the seedings for the state playoffs. More than likely, Puyallup will grab a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th seed as they get ready to move on next week. And if they get that 2nd or 3rd seed, they'll host a couple games here at Sparks Stadium. We'll have much more with Holcomb, plus the head coach of the Vikings, Gary Jeffers, and Justin Haase, who makes my all-hands team and my all-hair team. We'll hear from him in about 15 minutes as well. Paul, back to you.
Hey, I didn't know you had an all-hands and all-hair team. I mean, is there things you're doing outside of King 5 we don't know about?
Paul, I decided tonight I'm going to start the all-hair team. I tell you what, Puyallup's good on the field, but they're using great shampoo down here in Puyallup because some of these guys, their hair, I'm a little jealous tonight, so I'm going to talk with him a little bit later on.
All right, looking forward to it. Thank you, Chris. All right, we get a chance to enhance your high school viewing experience. It's the big game replay for those of you at the big game or fans who just can't be there. We're turning around the best plays from the game, and moments later, you can see them on the King 5 Sports Twitter page, so don't forget to follow us on Twitter at King 5 Sports. All right, Gabi is here with the scores. We already talked about North Kitsap knocking off River Ridge tonight. Gabi, what's up? You're an Olympia grad and you're covering up Olympia tonight. What's up?
Well, Tony said the overalls were a good idea.
Tony? Who's running the show here? Tell him you're running the show, okay? You're wearing the overalls in this relationship. All right, take it away.
All right, so we have Meridian and South Whidbey 59-8. Spanaway Lake beating out North Thurston 47-34. Linden in a shutout against Blaine 47-0. Lake Stevens and Kent Lake 56-0. Up here we have Lake Washington and Snohomish 17-0. Lincoln versus Perry 52-6, a high scoring game. Liberty versus Cedar Woolley 31-28. Elma and La Center 33-21. And up here we have Stellicum and Ording 42-8. Lakes beat out Roosevelt tonight, 55-15. Woodinville beat Federal Way, 38-0, and Concrete and Chimacum, 57-38. So those are the first scores that came in.
Okay, slide her over there. Slide over for a little bit. All right, Cedro Woolley. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, Cubs, we've been waiting for 3 years now to get a Cedro Woolley jersey, and we haven't quite gotten one yet. We haven't gotten one at all. North Kitsap came through tonight. Cubs, you got 2 shows left this season, and then we're going to hit you up all in 2019. But that's okay. It's a friendly little request from us to you. Cedro Woolley, we're coming for you. All right, for now, let's have a musical interlude from the Inglemore Band. Thanks to the Vikings. Up to Pop Keeney now for Federal Way and Woodinville. This was the big game runner-up, and the Falcons fired up on both sides of the ball. A little bit of trickery by the Fed. Decent pickup as the defensive pop by Jackson Mesmer ends the drive. Woodinville doing it through the air. Joey Johnson goes up the middle, and that's going to go for a 40-yard pickup. Noah Stiefel, Woodinville quarterback, and he throws a beauty right here. Right in the arms of Carter Smith. He just gets it. Falcon faithful fired up as they go up 14-0. Just continues in the second half. Stiefel to an absolutely wide open Camden Pelucas. Another TD. Once more in this half. Stiefel to Cage Shank. Talk about the all-name team. Cage Shank races on. Jaden Glatt with the takedown, but is Shank's knee down, or does he roll in over Glatt? Looks like the knee hit, but it's a touchdown, and Woodinville wins it 38-0. To Memorial Stadium now, where we're having a little chat. We get to like the more guys in here, so I don't have to yell the whole time. It's Stadium and Wilson having a go, and we just trip up. Keith, I got to have you move because I can't see the darn prompter. We thought we were going to be able to pull off this great shot, me and the big plasma here, and it's just not going to work. All right, we're going down. It's who is it, Tony? The Irish of O'Day and Wilson, and Tony Black has the action.
Playoffs? Oh, yeah. We're talking about playoffs tonight. Wilson taking on the O'Day Fighting Irish in some first-round action. And O'Day gets it cooking early, and Monte Scott with the absolute dime finds Noah Williams, who hauls it in, and then he's going to go ahead and just rock it to sleep. Irish take the early 7-0 lead. Later in the first, O'Day still wide awake, and they are scoring again. This time, Cameron Daniel scores from 6 yards out. He had 3 tubs in this one. Irish go up 14-0. And the defense kept Wilson scrambling all game. Dustin Camacho with a big-time sack on 4th down. Turns the ball back over to get it back for the Irish. And just before halftime, watch this hit. Bam! Cam Chancellor has not retired after all, my friend. O'Day went up 28-0 at the break. They go on to roll 42-10.
The Lions of Auburn Mountain View taking on Mount Vernon, and man, do the Bulldogs have some big running backs. Quarterback Riley Olmstead hands to Ty Vargas, and the big fullback is the one-man wrecking crew. He powers his way to a big game. The Bulldogs move the ball to the doorstep, and that's when Olmstead keeps it himself, put Mount Vernon up 7-0. The Lions pull off the fake high snap. A little acting here, and the Bulldogs fall for it. Caden Reyes finds a big hole to run through, and he has some room. Before Landon Edwards slows him down, the Bulldogs bring him down. That sets up a field goal. Nice job getting the snap down, and that's Eric Martinez nailing it for 3 for Auburn Mountain View. We talked about the Bulldogs' big running backs. Here comes another freight train. Seth Tossero rumbling down the middle of the field. He cuts it outside, and the Lions finally make the tackle. Andrew Santana with help from Cooper White for the takedown. That sets up a touchdown run by Carlos Garcia. He shows a nice burst. He's in for 6. The Mount Vernon defense does a nice job shutting down the Lions offense. This pass gets picked off by Landon Edwards. Nice game defensively for the Bulldogs. Mount Vernon moves on, winning 47-6. Let's take a look at this week's cheerleading squad from Lincoln. Thanks to the Lincoln cheerleaders. All right, having a good old time tonight as the Abes of Lincoln play a strong game against Prairie. The Abes hoping for a deep playoff run. The Falcons spend most of this game playing catch-up. Keep an eye on the football. You can see it pop up and bounce around. The Abes recover and capitalize for their first touchdown. Quarterback Caden Filer throws a short pass to Jalen Clark. He runs through a defender, down the sideline and in for a touchdown. Filer looking that way again. He has plenty of time thanks to that big offensive line. Michael Campbell makes the catch and gets inside the pylon for a Lincoln touchdown. The Abes showing off a balanced attack. Julian Simon, nice piece of running here, weaves his way through the Falcons defense and takes it to the house. Lincoln in control tonight, going on to win it 52-6. Rainier Beach and Kelso set to duke it out for a chance to continue their season. The Vikings get things going first with a quick pass over the middle by Trey Morris, caught by Sean Hollins. Ensuing drive, Kelso quarterback Marshall Coleman picked off by Sammy King, who makes a great play on the ball to get Rainier Beach back on offense. Morris finds King over the middle, who puts on the moves, outsprints the rest, and goes. Vikings up by 2 touchdowns. Kelso, however, responds, led by a group of blockers in front. Coleman runs through and over a defender for a touchdown to get the Hounders back into the game, but Beach answers. Morris throws deep again, this time to the sideline, and Ascari Davis, separation from the defender, in for the touchdown, and Beach goes on to win it 37-27. Down the Federal Way, King Cove 5 seed, Skyline, hosted by the NPSL 1 seed, Todd Beamer. Titans break out early. First play from scrimmage, Billy Van through the Spartan defense, 84 yards for a touchdown. Beamer up 7-0. Skyline answers. Joe Green looking for Luke Rolliter in the end zone, and it's a 25-yard touchdown to put the Spartans up. And the fans all know there's a wild night brewing with a big play after big play in this one. The Titans come back on a shifty and nifty run. Shifty and nifty, who writes that? By junior Xavier Watson. Shakes the Spartan D left and right and finds his way to the end zone. Shifty nifty. Skyline hits right back. Joe Green swings a pass out to Bo Switzer. He throws down, nice little move on the Titans defense and lays on the afterburners. 53-yard touchdown, doesn't let up. No, after the half, this game just keeps rolling. Another huge play from Beamer. It's South Fanua. Excuse me. Through the crowd and then down the sideline. Skyline's Joe Green puts Skyline up 32-26 late in the fourth. Looking like the Spartans are in the driver's seat. It comes down to inside 2 minutes. After the Spartans touchdown, Beamer drives and scores the apparent game winner right here with Brandon Nickish to Kincaid McFarland. 23-yard touchdown. Titans are celebrating, but they leave just over a minute on the clock for Skyline. That's just too much. The Spartans drive and score with 15 seconds left. Green lays one in, and Luke Rolliter keeps his toes in the end zone. What a finish. Skyline pulls it out 38-33. Now, we get off to our friend Alex Rozier, who's been very busy. We have him doing news. We have him doing politics. He gets a nice night to get to do sports where we really don't care what he does. Just go to a game, show us some highlights, and put us some names and whatever else you want to do. So here is Alex Rozier with his big game tonight.
Bishop Blanchet praying for a postseason victory against Yelm on a Friday night in North Seattle, but Yelm strikes first. Quarterback Kyle Robinson hands it off to Derek Platt. Platt gets in and makes it 7-0. Platt smiling here. The very next offensive drive, Robinson with a long pass to Cody Gifford. Yelm scored again on that drive. It was 14-0, and it looked like a big tornado was about to hit Blanchet. But then the Braves got going. Alex Johnson hands it off to Tommy Gardner. It is 14-7 after this score. The cheerleaders like it because on the next drive, they keep rolling. Johnson finds Andrew Holloman here. The Braves scored again. It was 14-14. Johnson studying the tape, but Yelm kept finding a way. After another touchdown, they added a field goal. Jake Freeman, he made it 24-14. Yelm was very happy, and then this happened. Johnson drops back for the Braves, tries to hit Chris Frost, but it's picked off. Gendron Payton intercepts the pass, and it's time to put on the turnover helmet and celebrate with the team. The Tornadoes, they love it, but it's not over yet. Blanchet was able to score one more time. They made it 24-21 with help from this catch by Dylan Lee. The Braves had one last chance to score, but it was just not meant to be. The Yelm Tornadoes, they hang on and they win this football game, 24-21. I'm Alex Rozier, King 5 Sports.
Thank you, Alex. Let's head out to Linden Christian and Kings. Lynx quarterback Trajan Schoten he's looking our way, but he's throwing the other. He dumps it to Easton Stremler, and he has blockers. Big pickup for the Lynx. A few plays later, Levi Corthus takes the handoff and powers over the goal line for a touchdown. Linden Christian's offense looking strong tonight. This time, Jackson Corkill takes off around the outside, and look at the room down the sideline. He's going all the way on this one, helping the Lynx build a comfortable lead. The Knights try to put together a late push, and look at the run here. Relentless power. Watch the pancake of the defender. Here he comes, and the pancake right there. Just runs him over and keeps going another 10 yards. Folks, that is just pure power. The Knights themselves finish strong. Good-looking pass play here. Linden Christian leads the entire game and moves on in the playoffs. Kings never gives up, but Linden Christian wins it 42-14. Hazen cheerleaders ready for the action between the Highlanders and Skyview Storm. Skyview gives to Tyler DeJoung, and DeJoung runs untouched into the end zone. Highlanders up by 17. Next Skyview drive, quarterback Yaroslav Dovalko looks over the middle and is picked off. Gabriel Agrulian with the great play on the ball. He's been doing it all season. Hazen right back in this one. Next drive, quarterback Jackson Ingram throws it short to Vincent Hualani. He gets a couple of good blocks, and he's in for a touchdown to narrow the Highlander deficit to just 3 with a few minutes to go. After the defense gets a stop, Ingram picked off by Isaiah Ruff, who seals the deal for the Storm, avoiding the Highlander comeback. Nice, strong finish for Hazen. Skyview pulls it out, though, 30-27.
It's time for our Player of the Week.
All right, Player of the Week, we turn it over to Alec, the intern, to take us through. Alec?
All right, out of Fife High School this week, the Player of the Week is quarterback and defensive back Gannon Guinness. Guinness led the way on offense for the Trojans with 153 yards rushing and 3 total touchdowns, with 1 coming off of a double reverse reception. The quarterback helped Fife give Stillicum their first loss of the season and win the 2A SPSL title heading into the playoffs.
Pretty well. Our team did a great job. Our O-line did great, especially Lubecki. And then our defense came up big on 4th downs. We have a lot of senior leadership, and we've been playing with each other for a long time, so that helps.
Gannon's so fun because he never wants any attention on himself. He doesn't want, even in our huddle, he doesn't want to break it out. He doesn't want any people, he doesn't talk very much. His actions are his words, and he just does a great job. And he's not afraid to go between the tackles. A lot of guys, quarterbacks in general, they don't want to do that. He gets down and dirty. The linemen respect him and love him for it. He's not afraid to go in there and he gets it done, and he's fast. He's really fast.
Gannon Guinness, fun to watch. Black Hills taking the field and ready to defend their home turf against Columbia River in Tumwater. On the Wolves' first drive, quarterback Jaden Coate finds a wide open Ethan Lovelace, and Lovelace breaks past the defense to get Black Hills up early. The crowd excited about the Wolves' first touchdown against Columbia River, and they have a lot to get excited about tonight. Very next possession, Chieftains quarterback Dawson Lawrence is pressured, throws short. He's picked off by Colton Schneider. Black Hills in control from start to finish. Go on to win this one 45-7. Well, what happens when you go to the big game? It means you get the bonus report. And for that, we head out to, I believe, the 1991 graduate himself, Chris Egan, out there, who had pregame pizza tonight. I think he has got a contract with every restaurant around Sparks Stadium, and he has to mention them as we go through. So, Chris, I know I'm right. What else you got for us down there besides pizza?
Paul, I tell you what, we've got a restaurant in every town across the great state of Washington, and that's a good thing because you got to keep the big game crew happy. You get pizza back there, so we got to take care of ourselves here. I tell you what, though, I hope you brought your appetite for some offense tonight, Paul. Here's the numbers for you. The final, Puyallup wins at 65-35. But how about this? I did the math. Tonight, 1,176 total yards between the two schools. 1,176 total yards between Kennedy Catholic and Puyallup High School. Now at halftime, Kennedy Catholic led this game 28-24. Sam Heward had 4 touchdown throws in the first half. Gary Jeffers, head coach of Puyallup, went in at halftime and told his guys, hey, we're in this game, let's just stick with our game plan.
You know, they came out and played. Kennedy had a great game plan for us. They gave us, created some frustration for us. We kind of sputtered around that first half a little bit, and fortunately we were able to at least keep the distance close through the first half. You know, and then our kids just decided that they were going to take the game. So my hats off to Kennedy. They did a great job, and they have a great future in front of them.
What's that say about your team, though, to deal with frustration and not let that, snowball? This team kept together, hang together, and you got a big win.
Yes, we did. I think it says a lot about their maturity and their commitment to the process and their will to win.
Mr. Hawsey, I know we've talked about Holcomb, we've talked about other ones, but talk about guys, seniors stepping up at big times. He did that tonight in the second half.
Yeah, well, I hope somebody's looking at this because somebody needs to come and invest in him from a college level. I mean, he is a grown man playing football, and he is pretty special for us.
As the quarterback of this team, how much fun is this to have all these different weapons out here to choose from? And you were running the ball, but you've got a lot of different guys you can use.
I mean, all the work we put in with our skill guys, Cohen, Ethan, Darius, and Justin, and Kyle, those guys are special. They're special players, and we trust in them, and when we get them the ball, we expect them to score, and they did tonight.
We have mottos going our time, and this, the first half, it didn't go the way we wanted, not exactly, and, there was big plays for them, big plays for us, and, we came back and we gave it our all. We didn't want to lose it. We just want to keep it.
What's that say about this team, to be down and, it could have been easy just to say, oh, man, tonight's not our night, but you guys, kept the heads up and boom. All of a sudden we see the scoreboard there. You guys took care of things.
We're strong. We're mature. I think that we're going to go a long way because we want it to.
Justin Hawsey once again making Paul, my all hands and all hair team. Somebody give that guy a scholarship and a shampoo commercial, because I tell you what, he was all over the field tonight for the Puyallup Vikings. Once again, they win it 65-35. They talk about our time down here for the Puyallup Vikings. They want to get back and win a state title. The Vikings actually haven't won a state title since 1987. Billy Joe Hobart, Danny Thurston, Rob Roscoe leading that squad back in '87. They've been to the state title game many times after that, but only one state title for the Vikes, and they say it's our time, but we'll find out on Sunday, because that is when they will announce the draws for the state playoffs, the final 16 teams. Puyallup once again will either get a 2 or 3 or more than likely 4 seed. One of those 3 seeds, if they get a 2 or a 3, Paul, they'll be here at Sparks Stadium for a couple of games. So nice to have home field advantage. They have not lost here yet all season long. So we are live tonight at Sparks Stadium. Let's send it back to you.
You can put your yellow jacket aside. I don't know, when are they going to give you a Chamber of Commerce jacket down there? As much as you talk about Puyallup and revel over the memories down there, it's unbelievable. You just stay down there and run for office. Do something. Maybe you can do both of these things.
Paul, I know you're a little upset because when I brought back a baker's dozen of scones one night, you didn't get one. Let's not use this show as your platform to attack me like this. But you know, maybe Paul will bring you down here one time and we'll give you the red carpet treatment.
All right, man. I'm a fan, Chris. That's all I'm saying. I'm pumping you up down there, and if you need an agent, let me know. All right.
I appreciate it.
Chris Egan down in Puyallup tonight. All right, let's get out some more action as we wrap it up here. Headed to the Washington-Oregon border. That's where Enumclaw traveled to face Union. This one was a shootout. Union's quarterback keeping this one and taking it all the way. A little dancing there at the end. Nice catch from the receiver. Union prevails, going on to win this one. The final, 55-37. Ballard on the road to face Mountain View. The Beavers suffering the same fate as Enumclaw. The Thunderman's quarterback chucks up this wounded duck, but it finds his running back for 6. Later, quarterback going to take this one on his own to the house. This one is all Mountain View, taking down Ballard, the final 49-6. All right, now to your pictures. Want to see what's doing out at your games each and every week. The games are getting less and less as we get into more important playoff games. Then send us your pictures via Twitter or Instagram, hashtag K5Blitz. And don't forget to follow K5 Blitz on Snapchat. So there's a look at the pictures. A lot of great smiling faces out there, including the morning rally. And there's Chris Egan still with that mullet from last week. So it's looking real good. All right, before we get to the top 5 plays, let's get you set up for Saturday's playoff action. Rogers and Sumner playing on Pigtail Tuesday. Mikhail Gillespie runs for 5 touchdowns, throws for 3 more. Spartans hanging right with the Rams. Tyler Rook motors in, and he's in for 6. Here comes Gillespie again. After multiple overtime possessions, the Rams defense finally stops Sumner to win the first game of the night, 56-49. Rogers then awaits the winner of Sumner and Curtis. That matchup was all about defense. Curtis quarterback Kyle Russell dumps it to Adrian St. Germain. He makes a quick cut, scores. Vikings up 6-0. Curtis defense slams the door. Luke Purcella comes up with a big hit and a tackle there. The Spartans try it again. This time Purcella drops the hammer, forces the fumble, and Jared Franklin recovers for the Vikings, and that's it. Curtis eliminates Sumner 6-0. That pits Curtis against Rogers for playoff seeding. Rogers kicker Austin Tugman puts the Rams on top 3-0. Curtis quarterback Kyle Russell comes back and hits Jordan Parker, who makes the catch for a touchdown. 8-3 Vikings at this point. Rogers gets one last chance on 4th down to keep their hopes alive, but the Vikings defense drops Gillespie, and that does it. Curtis wins it 8-3. So the Vikes will play Kentwood in one playoff game, and with the loss, Rogers will face Mount Si. All right, we got time for some scores here. Let's head over to Alec. He's got a couple of scores on the big board there. Alec, take it away.
All right, so first up in the corner, Washington gets a 27-10 win over White River. Bethel, big victory over Arlington, 50-15. Nooksack Valley, 26-16 over Stanwood. Eatonville, the big 64-27 win over Olympic. Up here, Squim, a 22-20 win over Franklin Pierce, a close one. Peninsula, 47-16. Snohomish gets the 7-point win over Garfield. North Kitsap, 33-22 over River Ridge. Up here, Hawkinson 62-28 over WF West. Burlington Edison 29-12 over Lakewood. Bremerton a 42-25 win over South Kitsap. And then you saw this earlier, but Skyline the 38-33 win over Todd Beamer.
Man, what a game that was. Skyline over Todd Beamer with a late touchdown there. Bremerton a winner tonight. Lots of good winners tonight, and speaking of winners, let's head over to Joel Knipp in the corner. You know, Joel wins the fashion award this evening. We're not quite sure what he's got going. I think he thought it was June or July, but there he is.
It's beautiful, Paul.
All right.
It's beautiful.
Sonics Gate, you're repping the Sonics as well. I like that.
Well, you know, we got to bring them back somehow or another.
All right. Top 5 plays of the week. You have a tough time tonight with the top 5 plays?
Yeah, it was a little tough. There were some really close plays. So, I mean, you're going to be able to weigh in and say if you like the number 1 or you like the number 2 better.
You think I'm going to agree with you?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I never agree with his top plays. It's just, it's more fun when I disagree with you. All right, we got 5 plays left to show you as we wrap it up tonight on the Blitz. Let's take off with number 5, and it's Eastside Catholic running the Wildcat. Running back Sam Adams making it look easy. I like this run. Check it out again. He makes 6 cuts. It's like he's just cruising through in his slippers. Dodges, weaves through the defense. Call a doctor because this guy can cut. He's surgical. Oh, Joel Knipp, that's awful. Number 5 play of the week. Oh, from one great run to another. Number 4 is from Seaholm's Dylan Roberts, while Adams was surgical. Roberts just sheds tacklers like they're not even there. Roberts goes up the gut. No fear. That's a great run there. He makes 6 defenders miss. We're going to show you to you in regular speed because we don't have time to show everything in slow motion. Powers his way into the end zone. Great looking run, kid. Number 3, we go back to the big game. Yelm's quarterback Jacob Holcomb, a star on the show tonight, threw a lot of touchdowns. This one goes to Justin Hazy. He gets the sideline and goes 66 yards to the house. Cohen Cleek, the key to this touchdown. The senior receiver makes 1 block and gets in the way for another, freeing Haas to score, and they're not going to catch him. It's a good-looking play. So over 600 yards of total offense for the Vikings tonight. What a game. Number 2 belongs to Hazen's Gabriel Ogunle. This sophomore is just going to be something special. He gets a pick 6 against Skyview, 40 yards for a touchdown. I should say Gabriel. He's got the wings here. Runs it back. Great vision. He's got blockers. I promise, next season, when you're a junior, we'll nail your name, Ogunle. He gets the touchdown. Finally, number 1 is a wild play you don't see normally. Oak Harbor punts from the end zone, but it only makes it about to the 20. Keola Allison knows what to do with it. He's like, are you kidding me? I'm supposed to block on this punt, and the ball lands right to me. That's a great heads-up play, and he takes off for the end zone. Plenty of space as he runs right to the camera. He could have gone the other way, but he knew where we were standing. Attaboy, Allison. Timberline getting it done tonight as Allison earns the top play of the week. All right, that's going to do it for week number 10. How did Woodinville do tonight?
38 zip.
I'm testing you. I'm testing you.
Yeah.
That's his alumni. All right, that's his alma mater. Hey, wait, Jen comes on the show. Before we close it out, she's saying hi to Lily and Heather? Yeah. All right, so you don't even need it. Did you get that, Keith? All right, let me lean in so she can say something to her. Go ahead.
All right. Hi, Lily. Hi, Heather. Go Vikings.
That's it. You know, Heather, Lily, Jen, Peter, all those people at North Kitsap helping to facilitate the fact that I got this jersey. Like, whoa, I'm way too close to that camera. It's like a fisheye zoom there. All right, we got only 2 shows to go here. Join us again Sunday night, 5th quarter. We're hoping for a Seahawks victory over the Chargers. Chargers, by the way, 3rd best record in the AFC, 5-2. Seahawks and Chargers on Sunday. We'll have the 5th quarter right after Sunday Night Football on King 5. So that's going to do it for us. We leave you with the Instagram action from Bishop Blanchet. Thanks for joining us.
We're out here in North Seattle for your Instagram game of the week, playoff football. Bishop Blanchet against Yelm. We'll see what happens tonight. Yelm out with an early 7-0 lead. Yelm makes the trip to Seattle. They jump out to an early 14-0 lead. The Tornadoes in front. Speaking of the Tornadoes, there's the tornado. And just like that, Bishop Blanchet, 2 touchdowns in a row. They've tied it up. 14 apiece. We got 1 minute left in the first half. Friday Night Lights continue in North Seattle. Bishop Blanchet had tied it up, but Yelm has 10 unanswered points. It is 24-14 with 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. So we're in the 4th quarter, 7 minutes, 36 seconds remain. Bishop Blanchet has the football. They are driving at midfield right now. They trail by 10 points still. 24-14 with 7 minutes left. Bishop Blanchet just scored a touchdown. They've got this to make it 21-24 with 2:34 remaining. Let's see if they can make this kick right here. It's up. And it is good. 21-24. We have a whole new ball game right here. Bishop Blanchet, they just recovered the onside kick. 2:23, down 3 with a chance to win it. We'll see what happens. Bishop Blanchet unable to score on that drive. Yelm is going to win this football game, 24-21. They got a minute left.
First down and 10 from the Braves.
Tornadoes have the football.